Hello, you are welcome to today's lessons. Today we're going to talk about rest in music. When we talk about rest, what does it mean? We also learn about the grand staff. Maybe you've been hearing about the grand staff. What does it represent? You will get to know about all this in today's lessons. Now let's get started. When we talk about rest, in music, we are simply talking about silent periods in music. Just as rhythms tells you what notes to play and how long to play them, rest also tells you when to pause or when to rest when playing a particular piece of music. So simply, rest tells you to stop playing or rest for a while. Now we're going to learn some of the various rests that we use in music. The first rest that we are going to talk about is the whole rest. We have this rest, whole rest. And this is the symbol for it. Let me write here symbol. Now this is the symbol for the whole rest. It is like a heart. And it has 4 silence counts. So the whole rest has, this is the symbol for it, and it has 4 silence counts. Simply what this means is that when you are playing a piece of music or when you are singing and you see this symbol in the staff, it simply tells you to stop singing or rest for 4 counts. And that is whole rest. Now we are moving to the next rest, which is the half rest. We have the half rest, and this is the symbol for the half rest. It's the opposite of the whole rest. Now, the duration of the silence for the half rest is 2 silence counts. So when you see the half rest, it also tells you to rest for 2 counts. For instance, you were playing something, da 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 da, and you saw this. After the da da, when you see this, it tells you to rest for 2 counts. So it's like da 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 da. So let me do something like this for you to see how it works. So maybe then you see this rest here. Even though I've not represented it on the musical, on the staff, but I'm just using this to show you how the rest works. So for instance, let's play this or let's clap this. So when you are clapping this, it will go like this. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1. So have you seen the rest, how we rested here? So one more time. 1, 1, 1, 1. You then rest. 1, 2, 1, 1. Let me clap it one more time. 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 2, 1, 1. So that's how the rest works. Now, let's clean this and use the whole rest. Let's bring the whole rest here and see how it's going to work over here. Then let's add more notes to this. So if we are to also clap to this, this is how we're going to clap. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see that after this, we rested for 4 counts before continuing. So that's how the rest works. Now, let's learn about it. The last rest we're going to cover today. The last rest we're going to cover is the quarter rest. Quarter rest. And this is the symbol for the quarter rest. It's like this, something like this. And it has one silence count. 1 silence count. So upon seeing this rest sign, the quarter rest, it means that pause the music or stop for 1 or rest for 1 count. So for instance, if you have this, and you have this, and you see this here, it means this is how you have to clap it. 1, 1, rest. We didn't play this, we are supposed to rest over here. So 1, 1, 1, rest. Okay, I hope everything is clear. Now we are moving to the grand staff. Let's clean this and move to the grand staff. The grand staff. Now, when we talk about the grand staff, simply what we are talking about is the treble clef joined by a bass clef with the help of something that we call a brace. So it's simply when you have the treble clef and you add the bass clef to it, and then you put a symbol that we call a brace at the back, it becomes a grand staff. So grand staff simply means you can write full music on it. So we've already learned what the treble staff and the bass staff is. So I'm going to draw them and then put them together so that you know how the grand staff works or how it looks like. So we have the treble staff here. We're going to draw our clef, a treble clef on it. The treble staff is also called the G clef. Why do we call it the G clef? Because the clef symbol starts from the second line, which is the G line. So we also call it the G clef. So let's draw the G clef on it. So that is it. You can see that it started from the second line. That's why we call it the G clef. So this is the treble clef. Treble. Now, let's move to this one. This is the bass clef. It is also called the F clef because the clef symbol starts from the F line. The fourth line is F. So we call it you can call it the F clef. So this is also the bass. Now, in order to get a grand staff, we put something that we call the brace. Brace looks like it's like something like this. Something like this. So it has joined both the two staffs together. This is called a brace. It is called a brace. It means it has joined the two clefs together, making it the grand staff. So the treble staff typically represents the right hand. So notes which are written on the treble clef, we use the right hand in playing those notes. And then the notes which are written on the bass staff, we use the left hand to play those notes. Now the last thing we're going to talk about is the middle C. Maybe you've been hearing about it. What is the middle C? The middle C simply means it falls here. So it falls in the middle of the staff, both the treble and the bass staff. So when you see something like this, it is called the middle C. Or let me do it like this. Let me bring it here so that you see it clearly. So when you see this, it means it is the middle C. We have this line is E, the space here is D, and then this line is E, the space here is D, then we have the C here. So the same thing applies here. We have this line E, G, B, D, F. We have F, and then we have G, we have B, we have D, we have F, and then we have A. So we have B here. So for instance, if we have a line here, if a line was here, then here would be B, and this line is C. So this line that we are seeing here is the same line here, which is the C. So it falls, the middle C falls in between the treble staff and the bass staff. I hope this will help increase your knowledge in music theory. Thank you. See you again in our next lessons.